Hello, it is day 284, and today I'm talking about George Floyd, and it's super important because yet again, it is being revealed that we need to do more work on remembering that we are all one in this thing called the human race, and that we are all a part of each other's experience here, and we are all responsible for the collective. And it's so frustrating that situations like this are happening, yet at the same time, I'm grateful because it reveals the BS that is still being had that needs to be healed. And it shows me I need to do more on my part for my responsibility in all of this. Making sure that the people that I interact with, the communities around me, people I pass by on the streets, that I become even more so one with them. Because we are all brothers and sisters here. And this situation is a perfect example of when people separate from their truth. And they separate from love. And they separate from God. And they forget that when you have your knee down on someone and they can't breathe, that's your brother. And there's so much inner work that's needed right now, guys. There's so much ego that needs to be checked. I'm not a true believer in necessarily right and wrong. And I mean that with so much respect because so much seems so wrong in all of this. But what I see is this is a lesson. It's happening for people to wake up to our own responsibility in this world. And it's, part of me, the ego side of me gets frustrated because there's such a lack of trust within people that are supposed to be leaders in our community. And not all police officers are bad. And not all police officers are going to make the best choices. And a lot of us are going to want to throw all these people into one bucket and just be like, they're all horrible. But again, we got to check our own egos. But my higher self goes, this is happening for everyone. What is the lesson? I literally posted that today. If life was teaching you a lesson today, what would that lesson be? What is our lesson here? You might not know them, but it's a lesson for you. Take on, and I say this with love because this could be very overwhelming to some people. For the people who feel that they can take things on in this manner, take on a sense of responsibility and really be out in the world what you know is needed. And let me tell you, it's very simple. Love and oneness. It's a human race. Everything else is an illusion and an ego made up thing where we categorize all of this stuff in life and you forget who you really are, which is a divine being. So I'm gonna take this situation with gratitude and thank everyone involved for challenging me to elevate my spiritual practices and to elevate who I'm being in the world because it's freaking needed, especially for the people who are not willing to show up and do the work. And I can't say not willing because that's actually very ego of me. The people who just don't get it yet, and that's not that one's higher or better, it's just you are where you are on your spiritual journey. But the ones who get what I'm saying right now, let's show up. Speak up. Be love in your community. Be a voice in your community. And I love the idea of battle from love because it will win every time. And I'm so sorry for anyone who knew George Floyd and the impact that it's had on you. And I also feel for the people who are on the other side, and the police officers and their families and all the things that now their families are going to have to deal with. But there's so much healing that needs to happen in all those areas. All that energetic space can be healed. So, to my light workers out there, people who really understand and get that oneness, that brotherhood of humanity, we gotta be more of it and keep spreading that light and love out into the world, guys, because these things are not acceptable. Responsibility has to be held to a higher standard, especially when it comes to leadership in our communities. If you feel like you can't do it for them, do it for yourself. If you feel like you can't do it for yourself, then do it for someone else. Whatever works. Make love happen. Make oneness happen. Because what else we got, guys? There's already enough BS in the planet. Come back down to your brothers and your sisters, which is all of us. And that's including your plants, your pets, your environment, everything. It's all one. It's all connected. Respect it all. Thanks, guys.